Hey everyone, I am going to show you what is in my fourth graders pouches or work boxes or whatever you want to call it for this week. Both of my kids have a cart that looks like this, and it comes with this basket which you can, and a shelf, and you can decide which you want on which level, but this basket on top works perfect for our pouches. So each subject or kind of group of subjects has a pouch, and I put everything that I think they're going to need for the week in that pouch. So let me show you what we've got going on this week. All right, the first pouch I have is literature and composition. All right, I have a game card in here that if she wants to pull this game at some point this week, we can play it, just our parts of speech bingo. Her lightning literature stuff is in here. Right now she's reading the book Nim's Island, so that's here. Whatever book she's reading, I usually, if I can, check it out digitally through Overdrive or Libby, and then I just read on my phone so that you don't have to, because lightning literature gives you all the information you need, so you don't have to read it, but I prefer to read it. So I do an ebook copy. She has a notebook in here just for when she has to do rough drafts and things. And then all her lightning literature stuff per book I tear out and put in one of these folders. So in the front here, she's going to be working on a report about Hawaii this week in lightning literature. So I printed out some things to help her with that, and I just put those in here. And then at the beginning of a week, so like this particular book takes several weeks to get through, there's a student checklist. I just go through and highlight, and then I make a little key. So the things that are in pink are what she'll do on Monday, blue Tuesday, yellow Wednesday, purple Thursday, or whatever day. I write in whatever days they're going to be for the week we're doing this. So then she can turn to it. She knows what day it is, and she can do the pages for that day. And then I will check it later. So she has that in there. And then also I have this sentence diagramming, which just gives us a little more support for the sentence diagramming that they do in lightning literature. And this week they are doing compound subjects and compound predicates. So I just marked those pages in this book so we can do those if I feel like we need them. We are also testing out writing and rhetoric, just doing little bits here and there. So I have the section marked that I want to work through this week. So that is everything she has in her writing and composition pouch. Next up is handwriting. In her handwriting pouch, she just has her cursive logic, which she should be finished with soon. A couple days a week we do presidents, and so we do this for handwriting that day. She has this copywork that she does in cursive, and then on the back there is the picture that goes with it. So that is in here in case we do that. And then this is for when she finishes her cursive logic. It's just a Harry Potter one, so I just went ahead and put that in there so I don't have to go digging for it when she needs it. Next up is social studies. All right, so in her social studies pouch, we have our textbook that we're using. This has been a whole thing this year, so we are starting over, which means we are way back at the beginning of the textbook. So we'll be doing lesson 2 this week. Yeah, probably just lesson 2 this week. She has her notebook here, and she does word work in here, or if there's an assignment, like a question in the book for her to answer, she'll do that in here. And then these are two. They make a homework workbook to go with this book, but it is very, very difficult to find it, especially for Ohio. And I thought I found one and I got it, but it was actually the teacher version. So the pages in it they were like copied 2 or 3 per page, and it had the answers written in. So I copied those out, enlarged them, and then covered up the answers and wrote them in again. Anyway, it was a whole long thing. But she has 2 pages to do this week, and I just went ahead and glued them in her notebook so that they're all in one spot. The other thing that's in there is this book about the Ohio River. She's going to be doing a poster project about the Ohio River. So that is in there for her to reference this week. And the only other thing I keep in this folder for her are the Ohio Studies Weekly. After we finish a unit, we read through this, and that's just something fun for her. So I keep those in there in case she wants to look at them. So that is social studies. Okay, next up we have math. All right, so in her math pouch, I had this game card. So if she wants to play this during the week, she can pull this out at some point and we will play it. But if I put the game card in there, it's a reminder for us to play the games. Otherwise, it's like we forget we have them. So I've been trying to do that more. We are using The Good and the Beautiful's musical multiplication just as an extra little thing for multiplication. So I have the cards in here and the songs are on. We have kind of like my old phone that we use for some school stuff. So the songs are on there. She knows how to get to those. So those are in there for her to do every day. And then in her math book, they're doing word problems with multiplication, I believe. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, so they're doing word problems with multiplication and using like the little bar model. So I put the little linking cubes in there because I thought she could use those for that if she wants to. So I keep a marker board in here too, just for me to do lessons on. We have some magnets we keep on the back. We used these to be visuals for bar models in previous units. They weren't multiplication, they were like addition and subtraction. And we would write in like dry erase on here and create the bar model. So I just keep those there in case we need them. And then in this folder, this is just something I had put together for her to help her with the word problems, and then just things like that. So these she can use a dry erase marker on if she needs to. And then there's just some graph paper in there. So that's everything we keep in her math pouch. Okay, next up is our health pouch. All right, this just has the health textbook that we use and the little activity book that goes with it. So this, she just can pull out and do when she has time to do it. For the most part, I don't schedule it. So she really enjoys doing health though. So when she wants to do it, great. I think she's about halfway through right now. All right, next up we have science. Right, so in our science pouch, we have the core knowledge book that we're using. We are doing using natural resources for energy. So we have that in there. We do every time in the chapter where there's vocabulary, we call that our word work, and she does a card for it. So we keep that box in there. This has been a really good DVD, and there is a section on alternative energy. So she'll watch that this week. And then we have this Magic School Bus science kit on solar energy. So I have the booklet in there for that, and then the parts that she'll need to do that. So we should get to the solar energy chapter this week. Yeah, chapter 7. So we'll get to that closer to the end of the week, and then she'll have this to do. So that is everything that is in her science pouch. All right, now we have spelling. So we just recently switched to Phonetic Zoo for spelling. I have the lesson cards in here, and the zoo cards I just have in here. And can I open it with one hand? Oh, I can. I just put little stickers on them at the top. I'll show you why in a minute, but those are in there. This is new to us. We've only been doing it for a couple weeks. And then instead of making the big like science fair board, I just made like a binder version. So we had these backgrounds they were from Melissa and Doug reusable sticker pages. And so I just used them to decorate our binder, and we put this on the front. Her notebook is here where she takes all of her tests. I added those to the notebook. These are printables that you get from IEW to put on your science fair board. I just put them here, and then she does her spelling in there. Again, I used some background pages and put the other things here and here. and here. And then when she completes a lesson, she fills out the card here, and then she puts the zoo card in on top. I put these sticker tabs here so she could pull them out and see the one that's underneath it. So, and I just use baseball card pages to hold those. So that is what is in her spelling pouch. Okay, this pouch really needs renamed. We did used to have spelling in here, but we don't. It's got vocabulary in it. So let me show you. In here we just have two things. We have her prefixes and suffixes workbook. So she does just 1 page a day in here. And then her Wordly Wise. And again, she does just one. Let me get to the beginning of a section here. So on the first day, she reads through all the words and she does section A. And then the next day she does section B, next day section C, D, and then E. This is just something new we were trying out, and it's fine. I haven't fully formed my opinion on it yet. I don't know if we're gonna do it next year or not, but I chose book 3 just because we hadn't done a formal vocabulary program before. So anyway, it's going fine. We struggle a little bit on this part. I think it's a little difficult, but we're getting better. So anyway, that is that. Okay, lastly is art, which I don't know where the pouch is. So she is working on this DK How to Draw book. And this is just like, this is what it looks like. This is something I had bought a couple years ago for her, and we finally pulled it out and started using it. There's places in the back to do your drawing. And then we haven't started this yet, but so she can pick either one of these this week to work on. We don't have any out-school classes scheduled for this week, so she will do one of those. Right, so that is everything that my 4th grader has in her work box for this week. Let me know if you have any questions, and also if there are any other videos that you'd like to see, let me know down below.